Until recently, these children in the Malaysian state of Sabah never had a chance to go to school. They're the children of foreign migrant workers, mostly from palm oil plantations. They aren't eligible to go to state-run schools, and that's where the Humana project comes in.
Without any schooling, there's no doubt that many of these children would turn to following their parents along in the field, becoming early child laborers, and in that way also getting to lose any chance of getting an education and actually losing any chance of getting a proper job, a better job in the future.
Humana operates close to 100 schools for these children in Sabah. Malaysian and foreign companies have been putting up the funding for construction, school materials, and teachers' wages.
Our project would be unthinkable if we didn't have corporate social responsibility funding.
It's great that our children can be going to school instead of just sitting around the house. If they have a dream and they go to school, they can even become teachers.
This school is one of many now operating on plantations owned by Sime Darby, Malaysia's largest publicly listed company. It's one of many corporate social responsibility initiatives the company is undertaking, including doing research on coral reef conservation, replanting large tracts of deforested land with a diverse array of species, and researching and preserving mangrove forests.
Sime Darby, being the largest government-linked company, actually has an obligation to ensure that it contributes back in a very broad fashion.
But the company sees its social initiatives as part of a wider drive to ensure sustainability, both within the multinational conglomerate and in Malaysia as a whole.
We are looking at a more strategic aspect of how it is that CSR can become embedded into the thinking of the organization. You know, it's not something that you should be able to say, well, we'll stop doing this because it's costing us a bit of money, because it is integral to the way that you operate as a company. So that's when sustainability and CSR now become merged.
Another Malaysia-based company leading the way in CSR also wants sustainability to be at the core of its efforts. Mobile network operator Digi is co-owned by Norway's Telenor Group and Malaysian shareholders. It too is undertaking efforts to educate the public about conservation issues, but is also very much looking to educate its own people.
We take an approach that let's start within, let's start looking at ourselves and what can we do to drive the change that we want to also take outside DG. So a few key initiatives, starting with the mindset of our people.
DG is pushing initiatives that might seem mundane in the West, but are almost unheard of here. It rewards staff for carpooling, encourages them to bring in their rubbish for recycling, and operates an almost paper-free office. It's also working to slash the power consumption of its cellular network infrastructure.
Yeah, we're pushing ourselves first of all, and then I think we're also, by doing that, pushing other companies locally and also in Telenor Group. But clearly we have put our heads out and said that we want to reduce our carbon footprint by 50% in the next 3 to 4 years. It is something that we see as sustainable business. It's not nice to do, it's need to do.
Companies in the developing world may be latecomers to embracing the concept of corporate social responsibility, but that can have advantages.
I think the quality of CSR that is being promoted in developing countries is of a much higher level, because we have had the opportunity to look at, quote unquote, the mistakes that have been made before and not to repeat those.
Corporations can clearly see the value of their contributions to the Humana School project.
We've had many years where we felt that we were more or less the sole champion of the children's education in the plantation, but we definitely have seen a change. Opposite to what we've been used to, where we have thought we should have to convince the plantations, Sime Darby actually chased us to come and supply the teachers for the schools they had already prepared. So this was a wonderful development.
And as anyone visiting these schools can see, the children of the foreign migrants are eager to grasp their newfound opportunity for an education and a brighter future.